Now, I want to jump over here. Does everybody understand QSL? Do we have a good idea of what that means, or does anybody have any questions on it?
Definitely don't understand what it means entirely.
Okay,
So, yeah, I would love a little review of what that means.
perfect. So we're going to go ahead and take a look. Um, it's a very specific pair I would like to show you. Um, so, so in short, um, QSL is the system's ability to gate new trades by validating whether or not it makes sense to take a new trade. And so what it'll do is it's going to look at here we go. I really like this one. So what it's going to do is it's going to look at multiple things. It's going to look at price action. It's going to look at volume. It's going to look at orders and just overall conditions of the market before it decides to take a new trade. So what that looks like in practice, as I explain this just a little bit more, is a situation like I think I just saw one. Yeah, like this. So in a traditional sense, traditional like grid systems, what'll happen is you guys see the trades being placed right here. There's like three, four, five, six different buys taking place on EuroCAD here. Now, a traditional grid system, what it would do is it would continue to just buy, 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 and buy all the way down. But what QSL does is it's monitoring the environment. And here it recognized, hold on, things are about to change. So it paused trading so that it could take an additional trade down here closer to the bottom, which just it was a better price point to make a purchase at, which then caused the take profit uh, to be in a more desirable location. You can see the exact same thing here. Took a 3 or 4 trades, realized price was going to take a huge dump, and then it bought closer to the bottom. Okay. And that matters because what you don't want is you don't want a grid system that indefinitely scales and martingales. That's what everybody talks about. That's why systems blow up. So QSL is the ability of the system to know when and when not to take trades. So this is another good example. You guys see how it's trading all in the markets like up and down. This is a market neutral strategy, right? Because we don't care if the price is going up or down. We'll trade in all scenarios. But what we don't want to do is trade in this scenario. And notice how it didn't. This is what QSL actually looks like on a chart. The system knew to not take a trade here would have been a less than ideal situation if it did, because this isn't a big enough reversal to have closed out of a sequence. And so we would have had to follow this all the way down. This would have caused some big drawdown. But that's where QSL stepped in and said, no, not a good time to take a trade. So just don't cut it. Cool. Okay. On the algorithm itself, so just wrapping this up so we don't spend the whole time with me being boring and getting technical in the algorithms, guys. The idea behind Cypher is that we're not here to build something that's going to produce 10, 15, 20% monthly returns. We can. It's very easy. We have lots of systems actually that we just don't put out that will do that. That's very easy to do at the expense of risk. Okay. I have like folders of various systems that we've built, and we won't put them out because at the end of the day, um, clients don't, for the most part, actually fully understand this space or the risk in this space. And so that's where we step in as professionals. And this is why I take this so seriously. It's 100% our job to be the professionals and to be there for the clients. So this is also where my sales background steps in. At least in the United States, because of the consumerism here, we're all so bought in on just buying everything all the time and swiping credit cards. We lose track of what's actually best sometimes. So we always teach in sales that the clients come to us and they want us to justify the sale. So here's the good thing that we have going for us. Just so you guys know, the clients want to buy. They're on these sales calls because they want to buy. They want to purchase. They just don't feel confident. And it's your job to have that confidence for them. It's called borrowed confidence, okay? And so when I talk to people, when I speak to people, if this is a good fit for them, I need to have the confidence for them because they're scared. Me is as a client, like anytime I go make a new purchase, this happens all the time to me as well. If I'm buying something big and bad and expensive, I want it. I promise you I do. I just want to work with a sales guy that can get me over the finish line, a sales guy that can make me feel good about it. And the way that we feel good about it is having that conviction and actually knowing the belief behind it. So, for example, when I talk to someone, my conviction is incredibly high. I know the systems. I've been through the ups and downs. I've uh, lost $500,000 to this and made it back as well. So I know what this can look like. And so I'll talk to clients and I'll let them know, hey, let's look at this. Let's zoom out. Let's look at back tests. Let's go long term with this. If you're here for 6 months, this doesn't make sense. If you're thinking long term, this does make sense. Okay. And so my point in this, guys, is I encourage everyone to dive deep into this. I'm happy to send back tests. I'm happy to answer any questions that I can, even offline if you message me. I apologize if I'm slow to get back to you sometimes, but I will do my best to respond. Acquire that conviction. One, you're going to make more money, and you do deserve to make more money. I believe everybody on this call deserves to get really, really affluent through this. That's my hope and goal for everyone. And we're helping a lot of people in the process. I think the days of old school investing of buying one rental property, renting it to a long-term tenant to make $100 a month, like that's over. It's 2026. We have computers, we have algorithms that can do a lot of this for us. And we sure as hell at least need to be beating inflation. So that being said, my little rant there is over. Let's talk about some more exciting stuff unless anybody has any last questions they want to ask in the algorithm.